The 2025-26 NBA season will be massive for the Los Angeles Lakers. With Luka Doncic as their only top player under contract after next year, both LeBron James and Austin Reeves could be on the way out next summer. In the immediate future, Reeves needs to compete at a high level next season to ensure the Lakers' success and land a bigger contract. Brett Siegel, NBA insider for Clutch Points, gave a firm challenge for Reeves next season, even after his recent rise. In Los Angeles, Reeves took a massive step forward last season and is entering a contract year, Siegel wrote. The Lakers will need Reeves to play at an all-star level to compete for a championship. Reeves has a player option after next season on the 4-year, $53 million contract he signed with the Lakers in 2023. If opting out, he would become a restricted free agent next summer. Siegel's comments come after Reeves declined a 4-year, $89 million contract from the Lakers in hopes of landing a deal closer to $30 million annually. Siegel's thoughts on Reeves, Lakers. Reeves averaged 20.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 5.8 assists in 73 games last season. While his numbers were all career highs, he still missed out on the All-Star roster. He would likely need to see more improvement in nearly all of those statistics, along with helping the Lakers to a top record to get the selection. But still, with Doncic and James also on the court, Reeves being named an All-Star remains unlikely. Siegel's point was likely that Reeves needs to perform at an even higher level than last year for Los Angeles to have success, regardless if it results in an All-Star selection in a loaded Western Conference. He did mention that, regardless of an All-Star nod, Reeves should expect to be a top candidate for the NBA's Most Improved Player award. It would likely come with an increased offensive workload and production, which he's had at some level over each of his 4 seasons. On the Doncic front, Siegel did say that he expects the Slovenian to compete for the MVP award after signing a deal to stay in Los Angeles. Outside of these two, Nikola Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Luka Doncic is worth mentioning as well since the Lakers have essentially handed him the keys to the franchise over LeBron James, Siegel wrote. In 28 games with the Lakers last season, Doncic averaged 28.2 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.5 assists per game, which would put him firmly in the running for MVP over the course of an entire season. Finally, he said that both the Lakers and Clippers are teams built to contend at the highest level possible, but are still behind the Oklahoma City Thunder and Denver Nuggets as top title favorites. Reeves could resign for the long term. The Athletic previously reported that Reeves turned down a 4-year, $89 million extension from Los Angeles. Most recently, Lakers insider Jovan Boha said he is looking for a deal closer to $30 million a year and hopes to stay in LA long term. People around the league are penciling him in to make $30+ million this summer, whether it's with the Lakers or someone else, Boha said. But he wants to be a Laker for life, Austin wants to be in LA, and I expect that to be the thing. But I do expect the next contract to be like 4 years, $120+ million next summer. Boha said the contracts of Tyler Herro, Scotty Barnes, and Emmanuel Quickley are close to the deal Reeves is looking for. If James leaves and frees up cap space, the Lakers could offer him something closer to the contract Boha mentioned. Speaking on his future at large, Reeves echoed that sentiment that he wants to stay in Los Angeles earlier in the summer. I want to be in LA, Reeves said in an interview at the Reeves brothers basketball camp. If they want to trade me, then we'll start something new somewhere else. But like I said, I want to be in LA. I want to play my whole career in LA. I love it there. Lakers star guard speaks on off-season trade rumors. As of now, Reeves remains a potential free agent next summer. He could opt in to his player option and earn $15 million in 2026-27, opt out and resign a new, likely larger deal, or test free agency. While James' Lakers' future continues to be murky, general manager Rob Pelinka and the front office could shift their focus to keeping Reeves in town with Doncic for the long term. All that matters to the Los Angeles Lakers and their fans is winning championships. When the Lakers made the move to trade Anthony Davis for Luka Doncic in February, a deal that sent shockwaves through the league, Los Angeles did so with the mindset of competing for titles in the years after LeBron James ultimately retires. After falling in the first round of the playoffs, Coming off their first 50-win season since their title run in 2020, it became clear that executive Rob Pelinka and his front office had a lot of work to do. As a result, the Lakers were busy in more ways than one this offseason, starting with an out-of-the-blue decision by the Buss family to sell the team to Mark Walter. Many Los Angeles fans are probably familiar with Walter, as he is also the owner of the Los Angeles Dodgers and Sparks. With Walter taking over and his pockets running deep, it has become clear that the Lakers will be major buyers in the marketplace over the next few years. Even though questions about LeBron's future remain unanswered, the Lakers are prepared to do everything possible to capture their first championship with Doncic. That is why Luka was heavily involved in recruiting the team's two biggest offseason additions, both of whom came via buyouts from their former teams. Although the Lakers lost Dorian Finney-Smith early in free agency, resulting in their trade for him becoming a flop, what Pelinka and Doncic achieved next is what has fans in Los Angeles excited. Lakers clearly improved with Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton. This offseason, the Lakers needed to find a dependable guard behind Doncic and Austin Reeves, as well as address their front court. Not having an impactful big man negatively impacted Los Angeles' title chances last season, especially given the front court talent existing in the Western Conference. When DeAndre Ayton agreed to a buyout with the Portland Trail Blazers, the Lakers instantly got on the phone to attempt to secure the former first overall pick. With Doncic's help, Ayton chose the Lakers and is slated to be the team's starting center for the 2025-26 season. Between his rebounding abilities and efficiency in the paint, Ayton is the ideal big man for Los Angeles to have next to Doncic and James. While he may not be a high-flying, athletic center, the 27-year-old gives the Lakers what they've been lacking: size and rebounding. After watching Finney-Smith walk out the door and sign with the Houston Rockets, finding a defensive-minded player with experience became a must for the Lakers. During NBA Summer League, the word surrounding Los Angeles was that they were on the verge of making a backcourt upgrade that would shake up their roster. That is when Marcus Smart agreed to a buyout with the Washington Wizards. Jordan Goodwin and Shake Milton were both waived by the Lakers, and Smart agreed to a 2-year contract, taking what was left of the team's mid-level exception after signing Ayton. These two moves, signing Ayton and Smart, have hard-capped the Lakers at the first apron. Pelinka and the front office were creative in spreading out their cap numbers, and the organization is just $1.1 million away from this hard cap. It is very intriguing how the Lakers have navigated the tax aprons, opening up flexibility for themselves to spend on stars in 2026 and 2027. Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, and Maxi Kleber will all be free agents next offseason alongside LeBron, taking close to $100 million off the Lakers' books. Reeves also has a player option. He will likely decline to enter free agency and earn a larger contract. Other than Doncic, nobody is under contract long-term in Los Angeles, which gives Pelinka and his team the flexibility needed to lure other superstar talents to Los Angeles and compete for a championship. However, the Lakers, Doncic, and James want to win right now. While Ayton and Smart are definitely impactful talents, are they enough to get this franchise over the hump and back to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2020 in a very crowded Western Conference? Are Lakers' offseason moves enough to win NBA Finals? Out of all the headlines coming out of Los Angeles this offseason, the most intriguing has to be Luka's body transformation and his dedication to getting in shape before the 2025-26 NBA season. Doncic was heavily criticized through the years in Dallas for his fitness and health, something he has appeared to take personally this offseason. The Lakers star looks like he's in the best shape he's been in since entering the league in 2018, and Doncic is all in when it comes to competing for a title immediately. "I don't want to wait. I had a taste of the finals. I am getting back there," Doncic told Pelinka and Redick at a dinner this summer before signing his recent contract extension, according to ESPN. "So, let's do whatever we can now." This plea from Doncic saw the Lakers bring in both Ayton and Smart, two players he pinpointed as key targets Pelinka and the front office needed to pursue this offseason after securing buyouts with Portland and Washington, respectively. While the Lakers also explored the trade market for talent who could improve their chances of winning, specifically on the wing to replace Finney-Smith, these efforts didn't lead anywhere. Asking prices around the league have been too high, and that is the problem the Lakers ran into with the Miami Heat when inquiring about Andrew Wiggins. As a result, the Lakers appear done making moves and changes to their roster this offseason. Head coach J.J. Redick and this organization believe they have a well-balanced roster, especially when it comes to impactful defensive talents, to compete in the West. Players like Hachimura, Vincent, and Kleber could be dealt before the trade deadline in February, but the Lakers want to see what this team looks like before taking a big swing. Not to mention, Pelinka wants to maintain their future cap flexibility to pursue another star next to Doncic once James retires or leaves. So, did the Lakers do enough this offseason by adding Ayton, Smart, and Jake LaRavia to be any more of a title threat than they were last season? Ayton can obviously be an X-factor in the paint, but his inconsistencies shadowed his success in Phoenix and Portland. Also, there are obvious concerns about his availability, as Ayton has missed roughly 42% of his team's games over the last 2 seasons. Although Smart was the 2021-22 NBA Defensive Player of the Year, he has not been the same high-level talent since departing the Boston Celtics in 2023. He too has struggled to remain healthy and has played only 54 combined games over the last 2 years, with the Memphis Grizzlies and Washington Wizards. Even though the Lakers made the right moves this offseason and have better depth with Ayton and Smart, it's hard to believe these 2 changes will put this organization in the same category as the Oklahoma City Thunder, Denver Nuggets, and others at the top of the West. Despite being the 3 seed in the West last season, it's hard to buy into the notion that the Lakers have drastically improved their pursuit of a championship this offseason with the additions of Smart and Ayton. The Los Angeles Lakers made a few offseason moves to upgrade their roster, but not enough to completely change the fate of their franchise. The additions of Marcus Smart, DeAndre Ayton, and Jake LaRavia will certainly help, but the Lakers have not significantly improved from the team that was run off the gym against the Minnesota Timberwolves in the first round of the playoffs. With Luka Doncic looking better than ever physically and entering his prime, the Lakers owe it to themselves to build the best supporting cast around him as possible. The team still has major holes, especially in the front court, and could use more athleticism, defensive versatility, and shooting. Fortunately for them, there is one player seemingly on the trade block who can check a lot of these boxes at the same time for the Lakers. Andrew Wiggins should be near the top of Lakers' trade wish list. Andrew Wiggins, who was dealt to the Miami Heat at last season's trade deadline, is considered to be on the block again. In fact, Sam Amico of HoopsWire just mentioned him as the main man to watch for the Heat, as Miami looks like a middle-of-the-pack team once again. Miami has been stuck in purgatory for the past few years, and with the departure of Jimmy Butler, they are nowhere near contention. They have already made moves for tax savings this offseason, moving on from Haywood Highsmith in a salary dump last week. Wiggins is due $28.2 million for next season and should be considered a natural trade candidate for a team that isn't going anywhere. Wiggins would immediately become the best perimeter defender for the Lakers, taking on the tough defensive assignments night in and night out. He has the 3-and-D skill set the Lakers desperately need on the wing, and Wiggins can do a lot more with the ball in his hands than your typical 3-and-D player. The former NBA champion and all-star with the Golden State Warriors, Wiggins, can be acquired by the Lakers with an unprotected first-round pick and matching salary. A combination of Gabe Vincent, Jared Vanderbilt, Maxi Kleber, and Dalton Connect, alongside draft capital, maybe including pick swaps, should be enough to entice the Heat to move on from Wiggins. Whether GM Rob Pelinka goes all in around the current Lakers core with a move like this, however, remains to be seen.